because I'm like, I got to be in the headspace of like begging.
You sound like an actor. You're like, I have to be in the headspace of a beggar. So
I
once
do.
I am
I do.
fully a beggar, then I will message.
Once I can be like, please, 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 please take our photos again. Please. We have been doing this for 2 years after you took them. Guess what, guys?
We're not doctors.
No, we are not.
If you're going to be making any major medical decisions, please consult your doctor.
Yes, and that includes diets, exercise, medications, and surgery.
We love you guys.
And we want you to be in our OSLP family forever.
So be careful
and consult
your doctors.
Welcome back, OSLP family.
Welcome.
I was not prepared. You are listening to Our Sleeve Live podcast, and this is Kelly.
This is Matt.
We're just gonna keep rolling on that one.
Right. I love it. We are in rare form today, guys.
We are.
Yes, I feel great today.
I mean, my back is fucking taking me out today, but I'm going to roll with the punches. I feel like I feel like I'm punchy.
Okay, yeah.
Like when you get so tired that you start being absolutely ridiculous, that's where I feel I'm at.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you've been punching. We've been having fun with it.
We have been.
I like a punchy Kelly.
Yeah, a punchy Kelly is fun.
Or a sassy Kelly. That one's fun too.
Or real mad Kelly.
Only if it's not at me.
Oh, yeah.
Like watching it happen is great.
Yeah, when people piss me the fuck off, I'm like, you are done.
Yep.
You are done.
She goes all the way. She's like, over with.
And I hold on to it.
She does.
There's no coming back.
Oh, man.
Like, so don't piss me off because there's no coming back from that. We've had several people. Don't fuck with me.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it. What are we talking about today, Cal?
Okay, so I was thinking about it, and I remember a moment, well, several moments when I first let's like roll all the way back to like thinking about surgery, like wondering what it's going to be like because you have a lot of time in your head.
Yeah, especially
it was like 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you're like rolling it around in your head and you're like, what am I going to look like? What is it going to be like? What is it going to feel like? Smell like?
I have a question.
Yeah.
So when you decided to have surgery, what was going on through your head then? Do you remember?
I mean, I remember like if you've listened to us from the beginning, you know that there was that photo.
Yes.
That photo, like I just didn't realize how big I was until I saw that photo.
Right. That clicked for you.
Yes. And then when I started really thinking about it, it was like, I'm tired of being who I am in this moment because I wasn't aware of what was going on.
Correct.
I didn't like ordering clothes online and having them not fit or not finding anything except for in the maternity area.
Sections,
yeah. Cause there was a sweater that I bought for, what event was it? There was an event I went to and I think it was either a Christmas party or something. And I literally had nothing to wear, nothing fit me. And so we went to Target and I looked up all down the aisles, looked for something. And then I ended up buying this like black sweater and I remember not liking it, but it was like the only thing there.
Yeah. The only thing that would fit.
Yep.
Only thing that was actually like your size.
Yep. And I might still have photos on my phone.
Oh, yeah.
From that. Yeah.
And was that from the maternity section or just the plus size?
That was maternity.
Maternity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was like soon after like seeing that photo.
Yeah.
At that vineyard. Like those things stick out in my mind
Mhm.
because I was just like, "Why?
Why? Yeah.
Why am I here?"
How did I get here?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I knew part of it was being bedridden,
Yeah.
but I also was like, I couldn't stop myself eating because that was my only coping, and my hope is that I would get out of pain,
Yes.
and then I
That
could
was the biggest deal.
relive my life.
Yeah, because you were in what tell the audience that doesn't know, how much pain were you in before and what was going on before? Because not everybody knows that you were, bedridden.
I was pretty much bedridden, and I say pretty much because I did get up and I would do family events for, like, an hour or
Mhm.
so, and then I would have to go right back to bed, or
Yeah.
I was a photographer at that point,
Mhm.
and I would go I remember, doing mini sessions,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
they were all weekend.
Yeah, and
They
they're 30
were
minutes apart. They weren't even apart, they would go 30 minutes, and it'd
Yep.
be like 1 in, 1 out, 1 in, 1 out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we would always go over.
Yeah.
And, I remember just being dead after that.
Mhm.
Like, I could barely move, and I remember sitting in between and, just being in so much pain.
Yeah.
Um, so I couldn't move, I couldn't really stand. There were so many times I fell.
Those are the ones that scared me.
Yeah, there were
Yeah.
so many times that I was, in the bath trying to go to the bathroom.
Right.
Normal function
Yeah.
for most people.
Mhm.
And it was either I couldn't physically stand. There were a couple moments when, my ex was, working and I had to crawl
Yeah.
and, pull myself up.
Mhm. Oh, it's your mom.
My mom's calling me right now. I'm just gonna tell her that we're recording
Yeah, that's
'cause
fine.
yeah, okay.
Go ahead.
"Hey, mama."
Hey, hon, how are you doing?
I'm good. We're recording an episode right now."
All right, well, I'll talk to you later then.
"Are you okay?"
Yeah, I'm fine. I feel better.
Okay.
Pain in my ears way less
"Oh, that's
today.
good. That's good.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Alright."
and Katie's okay. I'll talk to
"No,
you
no,
later.
no.
What
Just tell
did
me."
Katie say?
What?
"What did Katie say?"
Oh no, Katie's gonna stop and get my meds today on the way home, so then I'll
"Wha
get started on the
Okay.
regular dose again.
Okay.
All
Alright.
right.
Okay, well, let
So
me know if you need anything."
I will, dear.
"Alright, I'll call you after we're done."
Love you.
All right, honey. Bye. Bye.
"Bye."
We love ProCare. You guys know this. And guess what? They have a brand new product out and it tastes like an orange Tic Tac.
That's right. I have got it in my hot little hands right now. It's their easy to swallow tablet in Citrus Grove. And both of us have fully switched over to it.
We had to because it's easy to swallow, doesn't stick, and it has 45 milligrams of iron. And we both need that.
Yes, we do. So go to procarenow.com to take care of all your bariatric body needs. And our code is the only one that gets you a full 15% off. So use code OSLP at checkout. Are you feeling a little sluggish? Little lack of protein? Little lack of caffeine? Well, we got the fix for that.
That's right. Dive Bar Nutrition has the best protein bars. They have caffeine, protein, and they taste delicious.
So head on over to divebarnutrition.com and use code OSLP at checkout.
Okay. So tell everybody what's going on with your mom.
My mom was in the hospital last night because her face, so she has cerebral palsy.
Bell's
Bell's palsy.
Bell's palsy.
Bell's palsy.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? I don't know.
Because it's a palsy.
It's a palsy.
It's a palsy.
It's a palsy. And half her face is droopy here and it's swollen and inflamed. And so she's on steroids right now to get rid of that.
Okay.
So I just wanted to make sure that she didn't need anything.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, considering your sisters. We need to make sure she's okay.
Yeah, my sisters are.
You would think a big family. That's the whole point of it. Also, not the whole point, but a bonus about having a big family is other people can help take care of each other.
Yeah, not
Well,
my family.
No, not your family. Not at all.
My mom has heart surgery and they're nowhere to be found.
I
So that's
know.
cool.
Not
That's
wild.
That's cool. But
Good job, family.
if they need something, you better bet she be there for them.
Yep. Yep.
Their fucking little gremlins better be watched. Little fuckers. I hate them.
It's true.
I hate them so much.
Okay, so back to
Oh, okay. So
you're crawling.
Yeah, I would crawl to the bathroom. I'd have to pull myself up. There were certain times that I was in the shower and I would faint.
Mhm.
There were times that I was just walking and I would fall, like my whole leg would give out.
Okay.
And because I had a lot of pain in my hip, and
And
then I would hit my head.
is that your like RA that's making your hip weird, or
It
is it
was
the a lupus,
sciatica
the
pain.
sciatica pain?
Yeah, but I
Okay.
didn't know, like, so the hard part about my disease is you never know which disease does what,
Right.
because they all mimic each other.
Mhm.
So it's kind of a like, let's toss them up in the
It's
air
a
and try
crapshoot.
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I was. And then obviously in a very, very bad marriage,
Like unhealthy marriage.
very unhealthy,
Healthy.
very,
But you didn't know.
I had no idea because I was
That's
just
what's
surviving
Yep.
day by day.
Well, and learning about your therapy and what I understand, it sounds like because you were bedridden and you were under so much medication too, and for what was going on,
Yeah.
you blocked.
Oh yeah.
Your brain blocked a lot of it. And
Yeah.
so it was interesting, guys, as she's going through therapy, like shit's coming up.
Yeah.
So
Stuff that I was like, "Oh,
didn't know it
okay."
happened.
Well, and I like, different forms of abuse and
Mhm.
all that fun stuff.
Yeah. It's kind of
Um
wild.
so yeah, so all of that combined
Mhm.
pushed me into like we need to do this.
Yes, it
And
wasn't about being skinny.
no. And
Yeah.
that's what I was, but in the beginning, that's all I wanted.
Yeah.
So that's what I worked so hard that first year.
Yep.
And the weight just melted off.
I know, it was wild how
Yeah.
fast it was. I was getting concerned. I was like, "Holy shit."
Yeah, I see photos now and I was like, "Oh, I was
Yeah.
fucking skinny."
Mhm.
I was extra small, like size 2 jeans. And I mean,
I remember we went to Plato's Closet and you got like a size like 2 or 0 or something. It was fucking wild.
it was a 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause like we've never seen you in a 2.
No, I've
No.
never, I mean, not since I was like in middle school, probably.
Probably. I don't
Like,
know. I was always plus size. In
you were
middle
always
school,
plus size.
so I don't know.
And I was always like normal size. I wasn't skinny.
No, you were just average.
I was average.
Yeah.
But yeah, like in the beginning, that's what I strived for.
Right.
Was I just wanted to hit that number and be skinny because I thought skinny equaled like healthy
Healthy and
happy,
happiness. Yeah.
and beautiful, and all those things were because I was skinny. It wasn't me,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
And I don't know about you. Were you in that same mindset in that first year?
Trying to get skinny.
Yeah.
It was interesting. It wasn't skinny. It was all I wanted was to just not be fat. So it didn't matter where, like, it was just really like if I wanted to be a large.
Okay.
Really, that's what my goal was. It was
Yeah.
more of a size of a shirt. I wanted to be able to go into any place, buy whatever I need to buy.
Yeah.
Because I've been on trips.
Yeah.
We've felt this before.
Yeah.
Like both of us, when we're on trips, we forget something, but we're bigger, right? Like
Yeah.
I got up to a 3X, so it was like shit.
You can't
If
just walk into
you
a
can't just
store.
walk in anywhere. Like
Yeah.
some places don't have a Torrid, some places don't have a Lane Bryant.
Mhm.
So my biggest goal was to get in a large.
Yeah.
So that was my focus, was like large.
Yeah.
Let's see how if I can get there.
Yeah.
Was the biggest deal. And then the second thing, after I started working out, which I feel this sometimes, so I just really need to go back to working out. Is that
Mhm.
I liked feeling strong.
Yeah.
I really liked the feeling of being like physically strong.
Yeah.
And when we went to first form, that
Yes.
fucking woke my eyes up of how I am not as strong as I used to be.
You are not.
And
Neither of us are.
I was fucking, well, you saw me. I did everything I could to not cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were.
And they all helped. Kelly helped. It was the step ups.
Yeah.
And like, I know my left side's like weaker than my right, but it is
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
It is bad weak. So I'm like, fuck, it's because I stopped working out, because like it got stronger.
Was that what was going through your brain?
Mhm.
And you were kicking yourself up?
I was angry with myself.
Yeah.
I was like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, she's still angry because she's almost at tears right
Yeah,
now.
because I can feel it. It's just such a memory. And it's like, yeah, like I just want to be strong and in a large. That was me.
Yeah.
I didn't ever think I would be skinny because I looked around at my family and no one's small.
Yeah.
So I didn't ever think that was in the cards for me.
Mhm.
It was really just the shirt size. I was
Just
like, I gotta be
Being strong.
being
And
strong and just in normal clothes.
yeah.
Because I've gone my whole life almost never being in normal clothes. I
Mhm.
was always in dude clothes.
Yeah. Oh, I remember.
You were with me.
Every
That's where we
time
would go.
you would get paid, we would go down to
Mhm.
PacSun.
Yep.
Yes, that's how old we are.
Yep. There was a
And
PacSun.
there was a PacSun, and pretty much every couple of weeks we were down there, and Mel was getting 2 or 3 shirts.
Yep.
And
And it would be
Yep.
just, I would go to the boys section and I
Mhm.
would go to those sizes
Yep.
because it made me feel better because
Yep.
I was an extra large in that.
Yeah.
But in girls, no, like that's a whole different.
Well, it was rare that I could find a shirt.
Yeah.
In PacSun because they were all geared towards like skinny.
skinny. Not
Like,
even just like skinny with hips. It
Yeah.
was nothing.
it was skinny.
It was wild.
That's what I loved about Buckle for so many years.
Oh yeah, you love Buckle.
I used to go in there all the time
Mhm.
because I loved being able to go in there and find clothes in my size.
Yeah.
And it was like the only store I can remember at that time that actually had like
Well,
sizes for bigger.
sizes for bigger and look good because you can
Yes.
have sizes like there is the stuff my mom would go to.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, but you look like an old lady.
Yeah.
Like, or there's prints that are like bedazzled. And I'm like,
Yes.
why is this New York background, which I do enjoy the background, why is it bedazzled?
Yeah. What is the purpose?
Why are we making it more obvious that
Let's
I am
dive
here?
deep into why you think this is an attractive choice for a plus size woman.
Correct. I believe that you didn't talk to a plus size woman
Nope.
because that would have helped.
Well, and you got to think most fashion lines that are in stores, especially back then,
Back then, yeah.
were men.
Mhm.
Men were creating these.
That's true because we grew up in the 90s and the early 2000s.
Mhm.
So that was male driven everything.
Yeah, it was like Victoria's Secret.
Yeah.
Was at the core of it, and you had and I think that was all we saw.
Yeah.
Was skinny, skinny, skinny.
All the time.
Don't eat because you're going to be skinny then.
Yep.
It was diet culture at its finest. And diet culture I don't think is going to go anywhere because to
No.
this day we're still seeing
It's
bullshit.
shifted. It's just weirder.
It's like
Like
the gut health shit
Mhm.
and we were talking about this earlier, the GLP-1 activator.
Yeah, these pills that are people coming
It's
out with.
pills. It's $200. If I'm sorry. If I'm going to spend $200, I'm going to buy a compounded version of
I
a
want the real
GLP-1.
shit.
Yeah.
Like that I can verify.
I'm not going to spend $200 on pills and powders and
No,
all this
fuck that.
bullshit. Like, I just think that it's diet culture.
Mhm. It's just a different form. Now
Yep.
they've shifted.
And there are people in our community right now doing that.
They're advertising
peddling
it.
it.
They're people are taking it.
Yep.
People are literally they're going after like desperate people and it sucks.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even desperate people, it's just people that literally want to just be healthier and better.
Yes.
And they take advantage of these people and it really really fucking sucks. Because we've always been about education and resources.
Yep.
And we can get you anybody you need. Like we've done it. You can message us if you have problems getting to a doctor, we can get you to a doctor.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't need to take this fake shit. It's just like back in the day when you would have a hydroxy cut.
Yep.
What the fin stuff, whatever
Yeah,
that fucking was.
Fen. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was back like our parents.
Our parents' time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, remember all those pills that didn't work? Same shit.
Well, and
Different label.
it's the same shit, different label.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, you've got the old Weight Watchers that peddled their food. You had Jenny Craig that peddled her food. And yes, people lost weight on
Yeah,
it.
they did.
But
They didn't teach any habits.
it's not teaching the habits.
Yeah,
That's
that's the
not
deal.
what people were in Weight Watchers for.
No.
And I think now it's absolutely ridiculous that people in our community
Yeah.
are peddling shit that they're looking to make money,
Yes.
and they're doing it on the backs of people that are already desperate.
Yeah. And it sucks.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, people, stop it.
And that's part of like we're desperate. A lot of people are desperate to be skinny.
Yeah.
And so if they can take a GLP-1 activator,
Mhm.
then they could be skinny.
Right.
And they wouldn't have to pay the crazy amount that is GLP-1s,
Yep.
but it's just so frustrating.
Well, yeah, because we know that it's not working. You're not giving them what actually would work. It's
Yeah,
not
it's not going to work.
because on VSG Besties live that she does every Sunday, it's like 5 o'clock Pacific Standard
On TikTok,
on
right?
TikTok.
Yeah.
And she talked to Dr. Clapp and I got to go on there. And I asked him a question. And basically I learned from my question that these pills can't really work because me and Kelly have two different receptors that the GLP-1 is working
Mhm.
with. So Kelly, like I'm on a semaglutide.
Mhm.
That's been working. But Kelly has been too, and it hasn't worked. And we
No,
actually looked at the data and she's been gaining.
I gained since I
Gained.
started.
Yeah. So it's like that doesn't work for
Mhm.
you. But we do know a trizepatide does, like a
Mhm.
Manjaro, because she was on that prior.
Yep.
And what Dr. Clapp told me is that trizepatide, aka Manjaro, is
Mhm.
for insulin resistant people.
Mhm.
And that's what you are.
Yeah.
And that's why this one, the semaglutide, is not helping you.
And that's why I don't think the activator is going to work.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't think it's gonna work. And there's actually data out there that they say it's like been what's it when they do like a whole, like they test a bunch of people.
Oh, they did a study?
A study.
Mhm.
They did a study on this activator that says it works. It was 30 days. A 30-day study.
Oh, that's just water weight. And they can get you with that with placebo
Yep.
pills.
Yep. So it is not like, it's not okay.
No, you need to check. Like, you can actually Google these people, like you're
Mhm.
the actual brands and the distributors, and you can find out if this is from a real company, whether they've been third party tested or not. They have to show this stuff.
Mhm.
So if you don't see it, don't take it.
But legally, they don't have to be third party tested.
No, they don't, because FDA doesn't have anything on supplements.
Mhm.
How creepy and weird is that?
It is really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just think that like we're all in a very delicate position when we've either going into surgery or had just having surgery
Yeah.
of that I think in most of our brains, and I'm not saying everybody because obviously Mel has a different thought process on that. But I think the majority of us are like, I just want to be skinny. I just want to hit this number
Yeah.
because I want to see if I can.
100%. I get that.
And I don't think, and take it from me, I got down to that number. I got down to that number and I was ecstatic. But it was not sustainable over my life.
No,
Time.
because like what you were eating is not sustainable forever.
No.
Because she was 0 carb. She wouldn't even have a fry.
No, I wouldn't. I was scared to death of potatoes.
Yeah, she thought they were going to hurt her in some random way.
Yeah, I remember having a conversation with my dietitian,
Yeah.
Ellen,
You did.
and I was like, "I don't think I can eat a potato." And she goes, "What?" And I was like, "I'm scared that if I eat the potato, I'm gonna gain all my weight back."
Mhm.
That was where I like manifested my fear
Mhm.
was in potatoes.
Yep.
And she was like, "Just take one bite of a potato.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking for. Just one bite
She's like, please
at a
try.
meal."
Yeah.
Because I was like, "Absolutely not. I will not eat a potato." Potatoes were out.
I
Like,
get it. It's kind of like a gateway drug, right?
yeah,
It's like once you start a potato, you're never going to stop on
yeah,
anything else.
which
And
I did.
no,
Like,
and
I
that's
went,
just the fear
yeah,
base because
yeah.
like that was my fear of bringing stuff in is that I'm scared now. Now the thought process changes. You're like, fuck, I can't gain any weight.
Yep,
Fuck.
yep.
How do I keep maintaining? This is like going to be an issue for the rest of my life.
Well, and something I didn't take into account was my hunger was growing.
correct.
So eating a half a cup of something was not sustainable
No.
over the long term.
No.
Because your stomach naturally will want to eat more.
Yeah,
And it will stop at a certain point,
of course.
but I didn't account for that.
No.
So then as I was getting hungrier, I think I was internally freaking out
Makes sense.
and I was coping with food because I never dealt with that.
Right.
Because I didn't think I had a problem with food.
Well, I didn't either, babe. Like, there's a lot
It's
of
so
us.
fucking weird.
Well, I even remember when I was a teen and I got annoyed at my Aunt Jolyn because she's like, honey, just be careful. You could be eating your feelings. And I was like, I'm not fucking doing that. Like I'm like 16 years old.
Yeah.
But I also didn't understand what she was saying.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know. I didn't understand what that meant. I didn't understand, because I never cried and eat. So I didn't think I was an emotional eater. I didn't understand.
I didn't even know what that was.
Yeah, like what I envisioned was just I've never cried and eat ice cream at the same time. Like I never was an emotional
You're
state
so
while
cute.
I ate. So I didn't think
If I don't cry and eat the ice cream at the same time, it doesn't count.
it doesn't count.
Just remember for the future. If you cry while eating, you have a problem.
You have a
if
problem.
you don't,
Yes.
eat whatever the fuck you want. And it doesn't count.
And remember, we're not doctors.
We are not doctors. Do not listen to us.
But that's what I thought. I had no idea. But then growing up, oh yeah, you're a fucking hell yeah, you are an emotional eater.
Yeah.
Like, you've actually been doing your whole life. You just didn't understand what was going on and what you were doing.
Well, nobody ever sat us down and explained to us what coping with food and an emotional eater actually was.
Yeah, I didn't even know about coping skills.
No.
I just thought you know what I thought a coping skill was?
Oh, I can't wait to hear this. Okay.
It's just if someone yelled at you, you didn't yell back. I was like, okay, I'm better because I'm not yelling back.
Do you still feel like that?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say,
no, because now I'm a yeller.
You are a yeller.
I raise my voice.
You do. Yep.
But that was like how it was before. Like, oh, if I literally, this is no wonder why I am.
Life lessons from Mel.
I'm learning.
If you don't yell back,
then
you're
you know what?
coping.
You're coping. And then I also thought of this one. If I didn't react, then I was coping fine. And then if I didn't tell people my feelings, I was coping fine. So I took it as if I didn't tell people, then I was like, I'm okay.
I mean, I feel you on the last one.
Right? Like if I don't tell people that, then I'm okay. I don't need to voice what's going on.
If I bury it,
I didn't
it's
know.
fine.
But I didn't know I was burying it.
Oh, well, I'm saying that for
Right?
myself too.
Yeah.
If I bury it and I
Mhm.
don't think about it
Yeah.
and I don't react to it, it's fine.
It's 100%.
Kelly says it's fine. Mel says it's fine.
Yeah, we did those coping skills.
100%.
That's what we thought coping skills were. We didn't know that they're
Mhm.
actual physical things that you can do.
Yep.
Like,
And I think that that's a missing piece within like your preparedness for surgery.
oh yeah.
Is that it's rarely talked about.
Mhm.
Like I had no idea until we started this podcast what coping with food looked like,
Mhm.
what coping skills were.
Mhm.
I didn't even realize that we needed to journal.
Oh, I remember as a kid trying to journal. I actually
Dear diary.
yeah, totally
I
did
could not. My mom told me I could not wear jeans because I was too fat.
Yeah, basically. And
Basically.
And
Do I know you were
Matt, I was too afraid of Matt stealing the diary and like reading it. So then I
Yep.
stopped writing.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I feel like as girls, we all had that dear diary.
100%.
You know, I think he is so cute.
Oh, Rowan Rios. Yep. That was my first crush ever in like second grade.
Oh, mine was Jeff Seymour.
What grade?
Middle school?
Oh, wow. You didn't have a crush in elementary, huh?
Not that I can remember.
No.
I think my life was too chaotic at that
Probably.
point. Like as
You
a
weren't even thinking
child.
about boys.
I mean, yeah, no.
No.
I didn't think about him until Jeff.
Yeah. And speaking
I could vomit.
Jeff with a G.
Oh,
God.
Oh.
There's just something about Jeff with G's.
Man.
And Gigawatt, we love you.
Yes,
There's nothing wrong with your
It's
G.
not you. It's not
this one.
Gigawatt.
It's not
the Jeff Seymour. And
From
what's funny is
Kaiser, Oregon.
Kaiser, Oregon.
I don't think he still lives here.
What's funny is that we actually reconnected on MySpace. Again, that's how old we are. We reconnected on MySpace and dated. And
Oh, yeah, you did.
we did. And I slept with him a
You
couple
told me.
times.
You did.
And I would literally go over there after like 10 o'clock. We would sleep together and I'd be like, peace out. And I would go home. Like I didn't want
I remember
him
this. I used to call you. I'm like, you're such a dude.
yeah, because I was like, "No,
Yep.
nope." But this man,
Yeah, you gotta tell. This
oh
is
my
so bad.
god.
We are totally
So,
squirreling.
yes, we are, but this is a funny story. So, we had sex,
Yep.
and I was just like, "Okay, let's get this, like, going." Like, I was like, "Get off me so I can go home,"
Oh my
basically. I didn't say it. I didn't say it, but in my head, I was like, "Okay, let's, like, get this going." And he literally looks at me and goes, "That was like a new beginning." And I literally almost like, I think I shoved him off me.
I think you told me that. You literally like
I
got
ran,
dressed and ran.
and I never talked to him again
No,
after
you
that,
didn't.
because I was like, "We are not in a Disney movie."
Okay, here's the deal. Some girls would have liked that. Because then it's
Fuck
like
no.
romantic and sweet, and like you just had a making love session.
Please don't call it
But
that.
that's probably what he thought it was.
Oh my god.
You were like,
No.
we're banging. And he's
We're
like,
banging.
I'm making love to this girl.
Like,
He liked
Mm.
you. That's how you know.
No, I was not about
But
it.
boys, that scares people away.
Yeah. I mean, I think my first, like, crush, though, wasn't until Seiko.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you remember, I mean,
Yeah.
it was him and then Josh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Seiko was like I wanted him. I wanted him bad. And then I remember having a conversation with him, and I was like, basically, like, we're either something or we're nothing.
Yeah.
I can't be your friend.
I had that conversation with Jared.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, did you sleep with Jared?
I never slept with Jared.
Oh, that's interesting. I
Mhm.
forgot about that. Oh, Jared. There are good memories with him. What was the kid that snorted the strawberry? Remember at Sherry's? He was always hanging out.
What do you look like?
I don't know.
You have no idea what he looks
No,
like?
I don't remember that far back.
Oh my god. Who are we with?
Like all of us, like Jared and Ryan and Stephanie. We were sitting at Sherry's.
Oh, it was
It's the kid.
he was Bubba, but little Bubba.
No, Bubba was the annoying one. Was he? Or was it? Am I combining? I think I might be
Well,
separating
there's
them.
Kathy's brother,
Okay.
but then there's the little one that hung out with Jared.
Yeah, but
all
there
the
was
time.
another little kid.
There was. It was.
That's the one but Bubba snorted the strawberry.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But
anyways,
I remember like that was, that was actually the first moment that I was like, I want to lose weight, so I am pretty enough to have him.
Oh wow.
Like, I remember going on date. I never told anybody.
No.
It was all in my head.
Right.
But I remember like thinking, okay, if I get skinny, he'll want me.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yep. And he never did. We had a conversation, and I was like, basically, like, you're either in or out.
Right.
And he said he didn't want to date. And so I was like, okay. And I remember being on a family beach trip the next day, and he called because, we had ringtones for everybody.
Yeah.
And I never answered.
Good for you.
I never answered. I talked to him. One of the weddings I photographed, it was his sister-in-law or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was real weird. It was real weird.
Real weird.
Yeah.
That's interesting that you had the thought of the skinny. I'm starting to realize here's the difference, like with our households, because we were kind of the same, but not. You grew up with girls.
Yeah.
And I grew up with boys.
Yeah.
Like, yes, like it was Matt and my dad, but my mom's not girly.
No, she's not.
Like, she didn't
She's tomboyish.
Yes. And she didn't even like that I was a girl, basically.
The only thing girly about her is her scrunchie.
That's right. She
Mhm.
always has a scrunchie.
Always.
I love it.
She always has.
But yeah, so I think this is like the difference because like I was always worried just about being like cool with the guys.
Yeah.
And then like, but you grew up with girls. So you're like, you're thinking about like getting skinny for this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's interesting even further, if you go further with it, is that my mom never had a boyfriend growing.
She didn't.
Like, she never had a guy. She did it 100% on her own. Because my dad's a fucked up was a fucked up human being.
Yeah.
But when I think about it, like, why did I think that way? Because my mom never showed that.
No, and your mom's always been a bigger lady.
Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. But I was just like, that was my thought.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm skinny, he'll want me.
He'll want me. Crazy.
I know.
Because now I don't even think like, even as now that I'm dating, like I don't think that way.
You're like, if you don't want me, you don't want me.
Yeah.
Type
Like
of thing.
especially like, cause I have new standards.
Thank God.
I have new boundaries.
I'm so proud of you.
Because like that was one of the cool, like there's really a few things that obviously like I loved about Eric. We wouldn't have been married for so long.
Yeah.
But he never judged me about my weight. Like
Which
he
is
loved
good.
me at 300 pounds. Like he met me at 220
Mhm.
pounds. So he watched me go up and down.
Yeah.
And that was fine. And so I need someone just like that at least,
Yeah.
because my weight will be a deal for me.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
know
your
that.
weight will always be a battle for you.
Correct. Yep.
Like,
And
it's
it's
not
going to
going.
always be present in my brain. We're always going to be talking about it.
Yep.
This is part of my life. This is literally my passion,
Yeah.
is to help others that feel this way. So yeah, so I need to find someone that's okay with that, because I'm not going to be skinny.
No.
And after like being 9 years out, I don't even want to be skinny.
Mhm.
I just want to be like, literally, it's all about the clothes. I just want to feel good in clothes.
Yeah.
I want to look good in clothes and feel good in
Mhm.
clothes.
I mean, I feel you on that. That's
Like,
kind of
that's
my goal
huge.
right now.
Yeah, it's comfortability. I
Yeah.
have the last 9 years, I have told myself, it doesn't matter what you do if you want to be comfortable. Just fucking be comfortable. Because
Mhm.
we were so uncomfortable for so long.
Mhm.
Like, and I've been uncomfortable since I was a little kid. Like, I've always been the bigger kid. I've always been made fun of for being bigger.
Mhm.
Like, so it's like, oh, I just want to be comfortable.
Yeah. Your thought was never, I just want to be skinny.
I was just like, I'm just tired of
Yeah.
because I did get made fun of.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm tired of the negative. I just want to be
Mhm.
comfortable, and you guys just stop making fun of me.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
I cared about, was people to stop looking at me and making judgments.
Mhm.
I was just tired of it, because they think that we're stupid.
Mhm.
They think, oh, you can't control your weight, you're dumb.
You're stupid, you're lazy,
Yeah.
you have no motivation, like all of the things. It's your
Yep.
fault that you're fat. I mean, interesting enough, speaking of that,
Yeah.
there was while I was with Jamie, she got
Shout out to-
shout out to Jamie,
Yeah.
which I'll look it
The
up.
sleeve dietitian.
There was
We love
actually a
her.
comment on her page, and you will be shocked by this.
Is it gonna make me mad?
Probably. I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I think like even just talking about our past and stuff, it's making me realize like why we hate bullies so much. It's because I've been bullied about my weight and what I look like since I can remember, since Hoover. Like I remember in grade school from Fernando. I
Yeah.
can name names. Dustin and Fernando fucking wouldn't leave me alone and made fun of me all the time. Little bitches.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jamie had posted this thing, and this lady comments on it and goes, "Sorry, but unfollowing. I am obese, and I know that this is 100% my fault. It is not a disease."
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So Jamie, being Jamie, goes, "Please kindly see yourself out," with a waving hand. "Just because you don't think obesity is a disease doesn't mean it's not. Laugh out loud. It's clinically defined as one."
Yep.
She goes, "That's fine. I'm out. Please just take responsibility for yourself and your decisions." And she goes, "You mean my decision to get the most up-to-date treatment and support available to overcome obesity and be as healthy as possible? Absolutely will do." And somebody else said, unfortunate this lady has no idea. Seems closed-minded.
Very, very fucking
Yeah, because it was
close-minded.
the caption on her thing was, "No one should ever have to fight to convince their doctors and society that obesity is a disease, not a moral failing."
Yeah, no one should have to like defend themselves.
Well, and this lady's obese saying this, that she is taking which I will see. Ownership is a big one.
Yeah, we can own what we've done.
Yeah, but obesity is a clinically defined disease.
It is.
And I just don't I don't think you should sit there and have to beat yourself up for the rest of your life
No.
because you're obese.
No, but you know what has happened is diet culture and whoever's around her has made her be like, no, this is your fucking
This is
fault.
my fault that
Yeah.
I'm like this.
Because like if
And I'm
she's
just gonna sit in
publicly
it.
even saying that
Yeah.
it's my fault,
Something happened.
something happened to that lady. Because yes, I will own I ate all those things.
Yeah.
Never denied that. But what I have understand with us being diagnosed as obesity diseases, that's what makes it harder for us to actually lose the weight.
Yeah.
Because that's what Dr. Eric talked about. So it's like once you're diabetic, it's like it's pretty hard to not be diabetic
Yeah.
anymore, right? So it's one of those. So it's like, okay, so now we need to figure out how to treat it. So it's like that's the part. We can't go backwards as easy as someone that doesn't have the obesity gene.
Well, and I think that's where what the problem is right now.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it on the Benchy call last night.
Yeah.
Which if you want to be Benchy, go to patreon.com/OSLP and sign up.
That's right.
But I think we were talking about how the insurance companies that are paying for GLP-1s.
Yeah.
Once you get down to your like a healthy weight,
Yeah.
they're saying, okay, you're good.
Now you're done.
We're not paying for it.
Yep. Take it away.
Get out of here.
Yeah. Some of them are doing 3 months. Some of them are doing 6 months. And some of them are doing all the way until you get to your goal weight.
Yeah. But the problem is that with obesity, it should be a diagnosable thing where you can say, I have obesity. And they say, okay, the drug that's going to treat that is a GLP-1.
Yep.
Cool. This is what we're paying for.
Yep.
Because everybody's fucking like saying how they're making an exclusion because it costs so much money, right? One of my infusions is $6,000.
Yeah, and she gets that once a month for her autoimmune.
Do I pay anything? No, because I need it for my autoimmune diseases. So
why can't we have it for obesity disease?
These medications are a little over $1,000. Why?
Yeah, that's actually cheaper than your infusion.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Like literally 5 times less.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And my insurance made all weight loss medications an exclusion of my policy.
Yep.
They're will
doing
not
it
pay.
all over the place now.
Uh-huh.
That's why people are going to the Hill and trying to fight for it because it just doesn't make sense.
Well, it's fucked is what it is.
Because now it's clinically proven that it's a disease. So now we can fight. But we have all these insurance companies being like, no, we don't want to do this. We don't want to do this.
No, and I don't.
They don't want to listen.
Well, because they want us sick.
They do.
They want us sick, and they want us using these medications that are cheap, and it's fucking ridiculous.
Well, that is not working either.
No.
So there's that.
Like, and why would you like the thing I don't understand about it is like you want us sick so that we go to the doctor.
Yep.
So that you pay more money out of pocket.
So they can give you more medicine.
But if we're healthy and we don't go to the doctor very often
and we don't get more medicine,
we're still paying a premium, but you're not putting any money out.
Yeah, they don't.
So wouldn't you want us to be healthy?
It's the pharmaceutical companies.
I know. It just fucking, it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
No, that's how the rich stay rich. And it's disgusting.
It is disgusting.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Like they want to keep us down here sick and unhealthy.
Because they don't want us reaching to where they're at.
Yeah, because then they don't get kickbacks.
Correct.
Well, kickbacks, because we can't actually say that
call
word.
them that because of what, Enron, I think?
Probably. I mean, I don't know.
One of those fucking companies.
But, I mean, it's interesting. It's very interesting because it's like, oh, then you don't get kickbacks from these pharmaceutical companies. So you're going to keep us sick, but you're not going to cover the medications we want, what we need.
Yep. So then they save money. It's so gross.
It is so gross.
Yeah.
Like
Isn't that wild?
I mean, I've done a deep dive in my own brain before about it, but it's like usually a couple minutes.
Right.
And I've never like it just makes no sense. And it's fucking ridiculous that we cannot get medication. And like, don't even get me started on Kaiser.
Kaiser Permanente?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They won't. They'll say, so they cover it.
Okay.
But they don't do it in their pharmacy and they don't cover it if it's not in their pharmacy.
So they cover it but don't cover it. That's fucking stupid.
Yeah. Yeah.
They just didn't want to be told like, oh, we can say technically we cover it.
Yeah.
Technically.
And then we're not the bad guys because our pharmacy can't do it.
Oh, sorry. But we do have the choice to tell them to maybe make it, but we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's fucking ridiculous. And it's also because the stigma is still there even with the skinny because they think all we want to do is be skinny. That's the problem too with society.
Ooh,
Is I
that's a
feel
good
like,
point.
right? I feel like literally they are like, well, they just want to be skinny.
Well, some people do. Some people do.
Yeah, and be like, and we shouldn't do that for everyone.
I feel like
Mhm.
30% of people that take GLP-1, and I am not a mathematician nor am I a scientist. This is just in my brain. 30% of people just want to be skinny.
Yeah.
That other 70% is saying, this finally works.
Mhm.
I found something that I can be healthy on.
Yep. And like, especially I can like testify the fact of the food noise being gone is a game changer.
It's,
That is fucking
yeah.
huge for me
Yep.
because I just forget about food now. Like
Yeah.
I have reminders. I have to make sure I'm drinking enough water. Now it feels like that first fucking year
Mhm.
all over again. Cause I'm like, I got to make sure I get these things
Yeah.
because I don't want to lose my hair. Like
I told her last
last
night.
night, she's like, just be careful. Like make sure you're getting your protein. She's like, you don't want your hair to be like mine. And I was like, I get it. I get it. I'm trying. It's just hard, guys.
Yeah, it is hard. And
is
I may
hard.
look put together with my hair. I am not. I am not. Okay. This is a persona that I pay a lot of money for. I am not put together when it comes to my hair. Okay. Okay. All
I think
right.
they all
We've had
know
that
that
conversation.
You've definitely showed off your what do you
Yeah,
call it?
this is
The
all
chicken hair? What did you call it?
baby bird hair.
Yeah, the baby bird hair.
Yeah,
You
look.
show it off.
That's how short my hair is, guys.
Mhm.
So
It sure is. So
eat your fucking protein,
Eat
take your
your-
fucking vitamins, drink your fucking
yes,
water.
Yes, yes.
That's all I got to say.
Because it's going to do you wonders, especially if you have already had bariatric surgery and you're going into a GLP-1.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, it really, really is like that first year. And that's why you could lose hair again.
Well, and you're going to lose muscle mass.
Yeah.
So you need to work out.
Yep.
You need to move your body.
Yep.
Even if that is just walking.
Seriously, they
Just
actually
move your body.
Everyone's talking about how just walk.
Yeah.
Walk is so much
Yeah.
better for you than
I went on a walk with Flynn yesterday, and it
You
was
did.
great. It was when you lost me.
I did lose her.
Yeah. I accidentally left my door open.
That was weird. You're like the most paranoid fucking person I know.
No, Katie and Travis are.
Oh, because they lock their door wherever
They're
they get
like
in,
paranoid
don't
as
they?
fuck. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So then you're number 2. So
I mean, I always lock my door.
yeah, you always lock
but
your
I
door.
live alone.
You do live alone.
When it's just you better lock your fucking door.
I do. Not when I first get in the house. That's weird.
That is not weird.
I
What
find
if
it weird.
somebody follows you in?
Well, I would notice that.
Would you?
I don't know.
I want to know how many serial killers have their victims
Yeah.
thought that.
Oh, I'm sure because there's an actual serial killer that only killed people that left their door unlocked. So I get it. I know. I get it. But that's why I was worried though, because you are more uppity up on it. And I noticed that the door was a little cracked and the screen door was open, like the dog door and everything.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, Kelly's just inside. So I go in there and I'm like, Kelly. I even like lean in.
My house is not a big house.
No. So I just lean in and look at your room and look at the side. And I was like, maybe she's still walking. And so I go outside and walk a little bit. And I'm like, I can't even see her. Like, this is fucking weird. I was like, I'll give her a couple minutes because you did say you're on a walk.
Yeah. I did tell her I was going on a walk. Yeah. But it's been really nice to be able to like take Flynn out, go on a walk. Like, he loves it. I love it. I love being able to look at all of the fall colors, and it's just
well, your neighborhood is pretty beautiful,
right?
All the
I
different
love my
colors.
neighborhood.
Yeah,
I love it. It just looks so pretty, and it's a really nice walk, and it's easy.
Yeah, it's all flat.
It's all flat. They've all got the sidewalks. It's all like, you wouldn't guess it when you first get into that area, but that area is actually really nice.
Yeah, it's been like built up for the past like decade. I think.
People are buying the houses and like redoing them and making it's a cute neighborhood. I like it.
I love it. So the whole point of that is you need to walk.
You need to walk.
Walk more, get outside more.
Yeah.
Whatever you can do.
Well, and I think the main point is the point of taking these medications or having surgery or whatever you are doing to be healthier does not equal skinny.
No.
It doesn't. It can't.
Not
Because
for all of us.
that's not a good mindset to be in.
No, because it's not sustainable. Like, are you really gonna say you get your surgery? Like, I got mine at 27. Yeah, 27. So there's no way at 27 I'm like, oh, skinny's the answer, skinny's the answer. And then I'm about to be almost a decade out. Skinny, like, there's no way. Like,
oh wow, yeah, you're
I'm
gonna
about
be
to.
10
I'll be a decade
years
in May.
That's crazy. Like I knew you were 9 years, but it
Yeah.
didn't even like.
We're gonna have to
Oh,
do something for that one.
yeah.
Yeah,
I am not jumping out of an airplane.
I will not.
Okay, cool.
No, I'm a sissy lala now.
You are a sissy
and
lala.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah, you are a very big sissy lala.
I'm learning who I am. Because,
Yeah.
like I told you this before, like, I always would get annoyed with, say, like, everyone knows that Eric gets annoyed of the dogs, right? So what does everyone do? They put their dogs away for him. And it's like, I was something like that. Like, mine's fucking heights. I'm a sissy
I
lala.
never put my dogs away. I was like, fucking deal with it or don't.
Or don't come over.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that about you.
I was like,
because you do. You need to handle it. Like,
yeah. Oh, and my dogs,
and your
like,
dogs
they just
were
lick
fine.
you to death.
Well, and after a while, they don't even come over. It's not like they're like in your face all the time, you know?
Yeah.
But like, I always wanted that to be like, it's fine. That's just what Mel does. It's fine. I was like, I need one of those. And I think we get there when we get older. We figure out what our fucking shit is. And mine is like, it's fine. Mel's just a sissy lala.
Yep.
And I'm okay with it. I used to be mad at myself for it. And I was like, no, I can't. I literally physically shake. I don't know what to do. Like,
it is funny.
it is insane.
It's funny after.
It is. It's funny after.
Because she's usually crying and I don't like crying.
No.
Like it. No.
You're getting better at it.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I am. But
Well, you look better.
maybe
you don't
I've
look
just
scared
been like
anymore. Well, no, you keep eye contact. That's what's nice. Because when you start looking around, then I'm like, oh, she's uncomfortable.
oh yeah. I'm like, is it over?
Is it over?
Because I don't like crying.
No.
I don't even like myself crying.
No.
I make myself uncomfortable when I cry.
Did you watch the thing I sent you and Katie? There's like 2 videos I think
No.
I sent.
I think I saw them.
One of them is totally you. So
Which
I was
one?
like, I think it's the last one because you're a DA. I think it's what you are.
Oh, apparently Salem Kaiser didn't have they had a phone outage.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Well, because there's supposed to be a shooting. There's like a whole thing where there's a plan where these people at McKay are planning on pulling the fire alarms. And once everybody starts going out, they're just going to shoot everybody. It's going around on Snapchat. So I called the school.
Yeah, they're supposed to be closing then. Or like,
there's their
lockdown.
There was no call back. No, nothing. Yeah. Oh. Okay.
When you ask your partner how they feel about you or something else going on in the relationship and they say, I don't know, here's what's likely happening. I'm Dr. Sarah Hensley. I'm a specialized social psychologist, and I've been studying the science of attachment and attraction inside romantic relationships for nearly 20 years. And here we are with another edition of Carline Relationship Advice. So the attachment style that is most likely to answer with, I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I'm going to do. Whatever is the dismissive avoidant. The reason that they are often stuck with the I don't know answer is because they don't know. Okay? They are extremely slow emotional processors. Some have never learned to process their emotions at all. So they have a very difficult time accessing their own emotions, making sense of that to even verbalize it. Some go as far as having what we call alexithymia. That might be something you want to Google. It might blow your mind. And they very much go into this nervous system response of freeze, right? Whenever there's conflict or vulnerability. And freeze is sort of like dissociation, like you're cutting the cord between yourself and your emotions. So even if they really wanted to access their emotions in this period of time, their nervous system is saying, no, that's way too unsafe. We've cut the cord, okay? There's no cord connecting you to your emotions right now. And the emotions of other people really, really overwhelm them as well. And so if you've come to them with something emotional, you've already set the stage for their nervous system to probably start going into that freeze response. First, they go into flight where they get really quiet, or they may go into fight where they get a little bit defensive. Like, no, you misunderstood me, or that's not how it is, or well, you did this. But then pretty quickly, okay, they exit the situation psychologically and emotionally by launching up into that freeze response where they are just shut down, dissociated, numb. And in their mind, at that time, they don't care because they've lost their capacity to care. It's not their true feelings, right? Not knowing is not the truth in terms of how they feel deep down. I don't know means I'm not sure right now. I would have to really go off and take a lot of time and sit with it and figure it out. But even that is so uncomfortable for them, and nobody's ever taught them how to do that. And subconsciously, they feel like that's super weak and not even meaningful or appropriate anyways. So the likelihood that they're going to come up with a different answer is really very small. And so when they say, I don't know, in the moment they mean it. They don't know because they can't access their own emotions. But if you're fearful avoidant with the DA, of course you're in the most painful romantic dynamic besides a narcissistic relationship, you're probably going, what do you mean you don't know? That must mean you don't care. Because fearful avoidants assign the most malicious intent. They're extremely fast emotional processors. They make their DA partner feel so outwitted, so emotionally inferior, and that just shuts the DA down even more. And the FA oftentimes can't control their own emotional reactivity, just like the DA can't control their emotional freeze. It's the same thing. Both are trauma responses that are happening outside of conscious awareness, that are not under one's control until you learn the tools to control it. That's what we call capacity building, and that is what I do.
Huh. Right? Huh. Wild.
Well, I feel personally attacked.
I knew you were going to say that.
Personally attacked by that lady. It makes a lot of sense.
Does it make, like, is that what it feels like? Like,
Yeah.
when you're going through it?
Like that. Because, I mean, Mel likes to call me a turtle. And yeah, I freeze. I go inside. I don't want to talk. I just like, am like, whatever you want is fine.
Yeah. Yeah. She's turtle.
But
yeah.
it makes sense because I don't like emotions.
Correct. Not even your own.
Not even my own.
Yeah.
Like, other than happy.
Right.
But even then, sometimes
it's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming. And I'm like, I don't know if this is happy. Am I happy with this? Am I okay with what's happening right now?
Yeah.
Like, and it does take me a long time because there's certain times where I get like, you know, Mel will do something and I'll get like irritated or whatever.
Right.
But then I have to sit in it and really process it for a while.
Yeah.
And I'll even have dreams about it. And I'll like, there's a whole process going on.
Yep.
And then I can come and have a conversation. I can't just get irritated and then deal with it. So I've been working on it.
Yeah. No, that makes sense because now that I've watched that and talked to you, like you can't access that in the moment. Like you haven't learned how to access your emotions in the moment of things.
Yep.
So that is why you have to go off a little bit and then process and then we talk later.
Yep.
And then for me, because I am emotional, I can access it fairly quickly.
Yeah.
So it's like, and that's my trauma response.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. It's like,
I feel all the things.
Yeah. And then shit gets real quick.
Real fast.
Real fast. I've experienced that on multiple occasions. It's never a dull day in the studio.
Never.
I think that is very interesting.
Right?
Because I think, especially the end of it, of like, it perfectly describes you and how you can access it very, very quickly.
Yeah.
And how these two are kind of like clashing.
We can clash, yeah.
Because we're both trying to get, like, we're trying to protect ourselves. And mine is like, get the fuck away from you.
Yeah.
Like, just run. Just run. She's a bear. Run. Run for your life. I mean, basically, that's what's going through my brain.
Yeah,
it's like
fight or flight is like in motion.
She is a bear. Run out the door right now.
Yep. Yeah, she's gonna eat me.
And yeah, that's very, very interesting. I'm glad you found that actually, because
Well, things like that help me work with you.
Yes. Because there's a reason.
I need reasons.
Yeah. You need proof.
I need data, information,
Yeah.
proof. That's why I'm like, okay, so are you diagnosed with this? Like, there's a reason why I ask those questions. Because if you are, Mel's about to look it up and figure out, how do I help this? That's what and that's what I'm trying to do all the time. And it is overwhelming. And I need to stop doing it all the time. Is how do I make how do I make it easier? I'm always looking about how do we make this easier?
Yeah.
So I'll go look up all the shit and go, oh, I can do that. And then I try to implement it.
Yeah.
But I try to do that with too many different people.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a level.
Yeah. And I go overboard.
Yeah.
Because I want to like make sure that I can make it easy for everyone, which is not my job.
No, it's not.
It's not my job.
I think it's a good thing to ask.
Yeah.
How can I support you?
Yep.
Is there anything I can take on to help you?
Yep. Which
I think
works.
that's legitimate. Yes.
Yeah, because I did that recently.
Yeah,
and
totally.
That worked.
It works great. And our tasks and what we do, they shift and change every day. So some things may work this day, some things won't work that day.
Right.
And so I think that is really good. And that's something you can implement all through your life.
Yeah.
Is how can I support you? Is there anything I can take on? Because if you care about that person, you want to legitimately do that.
Yeah, 100%.
But I also think taking on everybody's
that's the problem.
Ease is not normal.
Because it's not letting me be me anymore. Now I'm making it easy for everyone, but it's actually making it harder for me.
Well,
and then I sometimes forget who I am. Like I definitely felt that with Eric. I would forget who I was because I was making things so much easier for everybody else. I'm like, what does Melanie really want? What do I like?
Yeah.
What am I going to do?
Well, I think the majority of that was Eric. You spent so much time and effort making sure everything was in line for him.
Oh, I exhausted myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100% to make him happy.
And I think now that's a trigger for you.
100%.
Because when you feel like you're making it easier for somebody, you feel like that's being taken away from you.
Correct.
But in the real world, you doing something, taking something off of somebody else's plate or saying, hey, like, I know she's going to want tea, so I'm going to start tea. That's not taking away from you.
No.
But I think that is an automatic response that you've developed.
Because of Eric.
And then and then you're like, well, what about me?
What the fuck?
And it's like, whoa.
Well, this just recently happened, so this makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I think that's a very clear point of like, there are things that you can do that is nice for a person.
Right.
And then there's but like, I would never expect you to make sure my entire life is happy and healthy and make sure nobody upsets me and make sure that this is, that's not most people.
No. And I've definitely been trained to do that.
Yeah, you've been trained, over time.
Whatever you call that. Because and now I feel like the need to do it for everyone. And I realized like when I was in therapy, that's one of the things she said, like, you do not have to make things better for everyone.
Yeah.
You can't make them good people. You have to just do you. Well, and it's just so hard because
it is
so 15 years of just trying to make one person happy and exhausting yourself to do it.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Well, and I think it's just mainly retraining your brain that doing something nice for somebody does not equal that you will lose yourself.
Correct. And if I don't do it,
I
wouldn't lose them.
Yeah.
That's the part that I have to like be mindful of.
Yeah.
Like, they're not just going to be assholes to me if I say no.
Yeah.
They're not Eric.
I think there's two sides of the coin that you're experiencing, and correct me if I'm wrong. But I think it's that you think that if you don't do everything, they'll leave.
Correct.
But then also on the flip side, I'm doing everything for them, even though it may be a small thing.
Right.
And you think that they're going to walk all over you.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's the
double-edged
leaving and
sword.
walking over.
Yep.
All over. So it's like, that's what I see.
Yeah, it's like a line that I have. and it's
Especially
like,
after that video and like us talking,
Mhm.
like I can see it very clearly
right?
now.
It makes more sense.
It makes sense on why you get irritated very quickly because
Right.
you're like, I'm losing myself. I'm losing myself.
Yeah, it's like,
And it's like, no, you literally just opened my car door.
right? Yeah, it's totally fine.
You're fine.
You're
You're
fine.
okay. You're okay. You're not losing yourself. You just opened my car door.
Totally fine.
Because there are times like that.
Yeah.
And so I think it's funny. And there are times that you have to say, like, no, I don't want this going on. I'm losing
Yeah.
myself. This is against my boundary. I don't want
Right.
this. But then, learning how to
I just have to learn how to
cope with
navigate
those
it.
two things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Eric would push the point, and
Yeah.
he would push my moral grounds,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where it gets very sticky for
Mhm.
me because I don't want to do anything I don't want to do anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I know you understand that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't want like it's not okay to do cocaine every 6 months.
It's not.
It is not.
That
okay.
is not normal.
Yeah, it is not okay to sleep while our son is awake.
Uh-huh.
There's stupid things that he would just try to bypass and
Mhm.
like get me to believe it's totally fine. It's okay that my husband doesn't come home till 3 a.m.
Yeah.
After drinking all night with
Yep.
his friends. That's fine.
That's totally normal.
Yeah. I should not care, guys.
Actually, I would have.
I should just trust him enough that it shouldn't be a problem. That means I'm insecure and it's my problem now, not
Of
his
course.
problem. That's what he actually would tell me all the time
Of course.
in the beginning of our years.
Yeah,
It's
because
wild.
he didn't have a problem. He doesn't have a problem now. He doesn't understand why you left him.
Like,
He doesn't understand.
no, one of his text messages says, I was probably a bad husband.
Oh, okay. Glad he's taking ownership.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. It's there.
Yeah.
Anyways, we digress. This was about being skinny.
It's fine. I'm
Totally
liking this episode. I'm liking this episode.
Right?
I love, there's something about like watching those type of videos and like having a conversation about it
Yeah.
that I absolutely love. And it may not always be bariatric related,
Yeah.
but it makes you think, because had we not had surgery, we wouldn't be on social media as much as we are.
Correct.
Therefore, you would have never seen that video. Therefore, we would have never figured out during this conversation
Yeah.
the things that we have to work on.
Mm-hmm. Things that we have to navigate
Mhm.
and be aware of.
So I think it all ties back to a bariatric life. I think it ties back to what you were in the beginning of your journey
Yep.
and where you are now,
It's huge.
because it changes. Obviously, you're going to be a decade out.
Fucking wild.
Yeah, and I'm going to be 6 years out.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's crazy.
Because we're 4.5. So
Yeah. And it just goes to show you, like, we're still learning. We are morphing and learning and growing every single day of this journey.
Mhm.
And I think that's a big key point of why we are still doing this.
Yes.
Is because we want others to maybe not go through as many years trying to figure this crap out.
Seriously. Because
Yeah.
we've had to learn the harder and longer way.
Yeah. And
So
I think a lot of us have trauma responses. I
Mhm.
think a lot of us do have, things that play a part, especially like you were saying, like you were made fun of. You
Yeah.
were worried about people not liking you or wanting to hang out with you.
Yep.
And,
'Cause I would think I'm too my thing was like, am I too fat for them to hang out with?
Yeah.
That was my brain.
Yeah.
So
And I think that in itself leads to the trauma that you experienced with Eric, because you didn't have the self-confidence to be like, no,
no.
just no.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, you can do it single.
Mm-hmm.
And you allowed a lot to happen.
A lot happened.
Lot to happen, just like I did. I'm not
No.
I did the same thing. I
Hey.
was desperate for that family.
It's that patience. It's that it's the hope.
It's the hope
Hope.
that someday that they'll change
And then they'll see it.
they'll see it, and I can make them see it.
Right.
If I'm just this,
They'll-
I can make them see
Mhm.
that I'm this greatest person ever
Yep.
and I'm worth being with.
Mm-hmm.
100%, because
see it.
that was my thought. If I'm skinny, if I am more beautiful, if I do these things, he'll want to be with me.
Right.
And then I'll have a family that I want. I've always wanted that.
Yeah. You want a family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not kids.
No,
No.
but you want the family feel.
I want the family feel. I wanted the in-laws that liked me.
Yeah.
And I wanted the the sister-in-law that I was best friends with, and I wanted all of that stuff to happen.
Mhm.
It did not. Spoiler
No.
alert.
And it actually doesn't happen a lot with
It
people.
does not.
No.
In-laws kind of fucking suck.
Yeah,
Except for Zach's mom's really nice.
She's
She's
very
not my
nice.
in-law, but
Hey,
I mean,
maybe one day.
no.
She can just be your bonus mom.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
bonus kids.
I
She
have
can be
bonus kids.
your
Yeah.
bonus
Yeah.
mom.
But I think it's good to like
Bonus mom-in-law.
bonus mom-in-law. I like it.
There you go.
I think it's good to look at inward and be like, am I doing this? And I think that's a lot of like, because we do see a lot of divorce after bariatric surgery. I think that's what you're looking at is like, I've put up with so much.
Yep.
Do I even want this person anymore?
That's where I got to 100%.
Mhm.
I
Do
was
I want this person anymore?
literally looked at him in the car, in the bed, on the couch, and you're just like,
You're like, nope, no.
do I really want to keep going?
Yeah.
Because I've realized I don't need you. Because
Mm-mm.
I'm fully confident, like I got this.
Mhm.
So yeah, you could fucking leave.
And you don't have to lower your expectations for a person.
No. And I learned that too, because my
Mhm.
therapist was like, why? Because I was questioning if my wants and needs were too much. And she's like, no.
They're
No.
not too much.
And she's like, why would you say that? And she's like, these are what you want. And I was like, yeah, but is it outlandish? Do you think like people would think like that's too much from someone? And she goes, absolutely not. And
No.
you shouldn't think that way because it's yours. It's
Mhm.
what you want to do.
Mhm.
So it doesn't matter. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh. Just like Melanie, there are people like you out there.
There are
Right.
people that will accept you for you.
Yeah.
And you don't have to downgrade yourself or put up with shit that you don't want to.
Yep.
Just to be with somebody.
Exactly.
And you are healthy and happy for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Not for anybody else.
No, and this year, like second year into him being gone, I feel a lot better.
I'm glad.
Like I feel way more independent, way more like old Mel.
Yeah.
Like she's coming back.
I think that's how I started to feel the second year after
Yeah.
the divorce.
It's interesting.
It is interesting. I
Yeah.
told you it's a ride.
Yeah. Because I
It's a
remember I
ride.
told you in the car, it's weird when you can think on a Friday night, like you have nothing to do. So you're like,
Mhm.
I could do technically whatever the fuck I want. There's
Mhm.
like no rules.
Yep.
And then also like with the no rules, I can stay in. And that's what I did.
Yeah. I can lay in
But-
bed and watch movies and not do shit.
Yeah. Like I don't
It's
have to
fine.
be forced to go out or fake that I want to go out because that's what I would do with Eric
Yeah.
sometimes. Because I don't want to go to the bar all the time.
No, I
You
don't
know?
even like going to the bar at all.
Like I don't mind every once in a while, but I kind of want to go to like an upscale bar. I want to try a fancy drink. You know, it's
I
kind of like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, like that I'm down
Like
for.
when we went for Katie's birthday.
Yeah.
That like have a nice meal, have a drink, get dressed up and
Yeah,
go and
have great
like
conversations.
I don't want to get in grungy clothes and go to a grungy bar and see people that I went to high school with.
Fuck
Fuck
no.
that.
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
Like
No.
maybe if I wanted to be like, ooh, look at me now, fuckers. But like I don't want that. I don't like
No.
bars. I don't like clubs. I
Mm-mm.
just want to go and have a nice meal.
Yeah.
Have a drink, go home, take my lashes off, cuddle with my dog, go the fuck to sleep.
Call it good.
Yeah.
I love it.
All right.
All right, guys.
We love you and we will see you
Next time. Bye.